everybody! Yahoo! Sorry about that. my wire for my camera wasn't working, so I had to find another one. I swear to God, I bought that wire last month. This is what I hate about capitalism. Like, why is everything literally built to be obsolete? It makes me so mad. It wasn't even that cheap. I know I got it from Amazon, but it wasn't even that cheap. Honest to God, I'm so mad. Hi guys, sorry for keep you waiting. Yeah, I didn't have any particular reason to stream today. I just thought I had a little bit of time. I'm gonna be busy tomorrow because I'm going to Yumichi's birthday party, so I was like, yeah, why not? How was your day? Hi Mai. Hey Angel Guts. Hey Darby. My day was pretty good. I didn't really do anything actually. I started playing Disco Elysium. Thank you, Darby. It's really sick and really interesting, and I really like the world building in it. I had to force myself to stop playing it. I made a bunch of content. I had to film some stuff, and one funny thing happened. I was like, I really want to go to the supermarket, so I ordered Uber Eats. I don't ever order Uber Eats unless there's like some sweet deal, and Coco Ichi was doing some sweet deal of my favorite curry, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna order it. So I ordered from Uber Eats, and then the delivery guy delivered it not to my house. He delivered it to a different house, like up the road. So I was calling the Uber Eats guy, and he's not picking up because I think probably he saw that I'm foreign and he got scared, so he didn't pick up. But it shows you on the map where it was delivered, so I had to go to this like random person's house, and my food was outside, and I was like, I can't just take it. Like, imagine if it's like you're Japanese and you look out your window and you see like a foreigner stealing shit from outside your house. Like, it's weird. So I knocked on his door and I was like, hi, I ordered from Uber Eats and they left it outside your house. I showed him the app and I'm like, can I just take it? And he like so scared. He didn't know what was going on. Poor guy. I love it. Yeah, Disco, baby. It's great. Disco Elysium is a very good game. I've only got a little ways in. I might play a little bit more tonight, but it's really good. It's actually my kind of game. Every time I play a game, I think it's because my ADHD, like, I have to switch it up. Like, I can't play like an RPG and then an RPG. I have to play like an RPG and then like a first-person shooter, and then after that I'll play like a racing game. I have to like alternate it, and I forget what I played last time, but this is really good. A nice little switch up for me. It's a little bit like melancholy. I felt myself getting a little bit sad. Hi Nightshade, sorry I can't read. Joshua buddy. We haven't seen Josh in a hot minute. I want to hear more about Josh's adventures. Josh should really be a streamer too. I think that'll be very entertaining. My said, honestly, that's a little unprofessional on the delivery guy's end, but I can understand if they were new. Yeah, honestly, I get it. It happens. But where he delivered that food is definitely not my house or my address. I don't know why he delivered it there, but like my house, a lot of delivery people struggle with it. It's in like a little cove. I specifically picked this house because it's like hard to find, and yeah, so like sometimes they get lost, but then normally they call me. Like normally the Uber Eats guy or the Amazon guy calls me, but this guy was just like, close enough. It was fine though. I got it. I had Coco Ichi. It was great. Darby said, it is melancholy but also absurdly hilarious. Yeah, it's really good. The art style is incredible. I don't know why a lot more games aren't made in that kind of style. I've gone into it with fresh eyes. Normally when I play a game or watch a series, I don't tend to look at anything about it, so I don't know if it's like a horror game. I don't even know what the gameplay is exactly right now. It's a murder mystery, I guess, but I'm having a wonderful time. Do you play Twisted Wonderland? I don't, but when I used to teach English, a lot of my students would play it. I don't really play like ultimate games. Maybe I should, now that I am forever alone, cat lady. maybe I should play that, or like, what's it called? Love in Deep Space. Yeah, I told my friend, if you ever see me download Love in Deep Space, just kill me, it's over. Joshua said, to be honest. I have most of what I need to stream with me right now. Then do a stream. We can come there after here. I want to hear what you have to say. You always have really good stories. And I'm wearing this outfit. I actually wore this last night. I'm just getting over a cold. I'm much better now. I have these things. These are like medicinal throat droplets. These are disgusting. The cure is worse than the disease. This is awful, but it works. And last night or yesterday I stayed home all day so I could recover, and then my friend mailed me that she had to do PR for like this girls bar, shisha girls bar, and in Shimbashi, and Yumichi was supposed to go with her, but Yumichi, like, she didn't get to sleep and she had to go to work, so she was just not feeling good and she couldn't go. And my friend didn't want to go by herself because it's like a girls bar, and it, you know, like, it's not in Shimbashi isn't the safest of places. So I got dressed up last night and I dragged myself out, and it was a really interesting experience. I haven't been to a girls bar in like a hot minute, and the staff are really, really nice. I didn't realize how insanely popular this girls bar was, so there were a lot of customers, and it was really interesting. I posted some pictures and I posted a reel about it on my feed. It was like succubus themed, so the girls bar staff, they wore these outfits. I don't know, there's this anime, I forget what it's called, maybe you guys know it. Yofukusho? It's like yoru, night, I don't remember the name in English either, like night something something. It's about a vampire who's like 42 years old, and she latches herself onto this guy. But anyway, they were all wearing that cosplay and it looked sick. But the cosplay was tiny. They were like my man said, what about Uma Musume? The world release has been getting so much attention recently. I see people talk about Uma Musume a lot. Honestly, I don't watch a whole, or I'm not really into like so much anime stuff these days. I think I'm gonna watch the new Pantheon Stocking because I love that, so maybe that's what I'll do next. But like, I don't really also play app games, honestly. I don't really have time for it. Mochi, hi, yahoo, hi Aura. How long are you gonna be streaming? I need to go shower and get some lunch. I think I'll probably just stream for like an hour. We're not going too hard today. Hi, KXTI, Call of the Night. I knew because I had Yoru in it. Okay, got it. Yeah. An ad interrupted you. Yeah, I'm sorry. That happens quite a lot. Yeah, so Call of the Night, I actually cosplayed the main character of that, so I should know the name. It was a cute, interesting anime, actually. I quite liked it. I think it's like from 4 or 5 years ago. I cosplayed it, I remember that much. But yeah, so they were wearing that costume, which is teeny tiny. Yeah, it was fun. We did shisha. I didn't really because of my lungs. I had like a couple puffs, so we did like a cherry one. It was nice. Girls bars are really, really small, so there wasn't a lot of space, but the stuff are nice, and we got to go there for free, so it was nice. I asked for a whiskey cola, and they gave me something that was not a whiskey cola, so I don't know. If you hear a noise, it's my cat doing parkour. A Football Manager YouTube I watched did a video on it. Oh, I would like to see that. Never took you as a Panty and Stocking fan. Really? I think I'm exactly the demographic who likes Panty and Stocking. I cosplayed Stocking. I have... Maybe I should re-upload the cosplay now it's out. I really love Panty and Stocking. I always use the music on my... Like on YouTube posts, you can put music. I always put the Panty and Stocking music. It's my favorite like album of any anime or like anime OST. It's really, really good. Nia said your outfit is so cute. Thank you! This is from Amazon. It's actually, they sell this in Don Quixote, I think. But I think I get it from Amazon. Can you show them? Show my cats? I don't think so. He's going buck wild. If he comes over here, I'll try and grab him, but he's on his own adventure right now. I don't want to get in the way of that. This heat, yeah, it is so hot. Actually, there was a big rainstorm a couple of nights ago and it got much cooler. So I think last week was like 33, 34, 35 degrees. And now is like 29, 30, 31. So it did actually get a little bit cooler, but it's really hot. There are some of my friends that come to Japan right now during the summer, and I really wouldn't recommend it. Like, I always tell people, do not come here in summer. People always think it's like some trick where you're like, we don't want tourists coming, but like, really, people should not come to Japan in summer. It is awful. It is so humid. You shouldn't really be out in like the daytime. It's not like when I used to stay in Spain. My mom lived in this place called Alicante, which is very, very south, so it's very, very hot, like almost like desert. You couldn't go out in the daytime, but that was like dry heat and strong sun. It's not like that here. The sun isn't so strong, but it's so humid, like so unbelievably humid. Your body is just wet constantly. Nia said, panty sucking is part of my core. Hell yeah. My said, isn't panty sucking like purposefully ecchi? It is, but like, I don't know how to explain it. There's different kind of ecchi. Like, I don't like knuckle dragging, fucking boneheaded girls that are drawn like, and like they like trip and fall and their boobs jiggle. I think that's really demeaning. I don't personally like it. Like, I don't mind it. I live in Japan, so like, I don't mind it a little bit. But like, I also like cute girls. But I don't like it when it's kind of like demeaning and clearly made by men who have never smelt or touched a woman. But panty and stocking is, I don't know, is kind of empowering a way that the characters are really, really cute. And like one of them, she's trying to have sex with like 1,000 men. I like it. There's like, it's really hard for men to understand the difference between like fan service that makes women feel uncomfortable and fan service that we think is fine. I think like most women are good at acknowledging and like picking with like the difference, but I think men still really struggle with it. It's gonna be 35 degrees next week. What the fuck? Oh my god. I'm so glad I work from home now. I'm like, oh my god. I can't believe I used to take the train every day in this heat. Like, I just can't do it. Doug said, I was in Ueno today and there's a summer festival. A lot of good food. Ooh, I haven't been to a summer festival in a couple of years, actually. I'm gonna be wearing... ACDC Rag also released some, like, yukata. And they released a Tenchi Kaiwai one. So I think I'm gonna be wearing that and going to a summer festival, maybe. I do like fireworks, but they also kind of freak me out, so like, I don't know. And usually the summer festivals in Japan are just too crowded. Darby said, Alicante. Yeah, Alicante is also just too hot. Like, I think if you're gonna visit Spain, probably don't go too south. It was very like deserty. There wasn't like a whole lot of green. Lekia said, yeah, I don't think I would survive 35 degrees. Yeah, it's not even the heat, it's just the humidity. Like, it's like walking through miso soup. Mai said, so somewhat similar to Lucy in Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I didn't watch that yet. I've been meaning to. Like, sometimes she's new because it helps her hack. No, Mai, that's not it. I'm sorry. There's, like, it's really hard to explain. But, like Kojima also did this when he made Quiet. Kojima makes a lot of like cool female characters, but a lot of sexualized ones too. I don't find his characters like too sexualized or whatever, but when he made the character Quiet, he made her almost naked, and then he like made her not able to speak, which wasn't good. Anyway, so that character got a lot of criticisms, and then Kojima was like, actually, she's naked because she breathes through her skin, so that's how she needs to be naked. And it's like, I somehow like it even less when they're like, actually, she needs giant breasts, so it's because it helps her think more, okay? And I remember there was like the boob window. Oh no, you don't understand. They need the boob window because blah 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 blah. It's like, I think it's fine to just have sexy characters. I like sexy characters. Just, you don't need to justify it with like stupid shit. And just give them their own agency, and don't make it too ridiculous. Like the anime I talked about that I was really excited about, but then the girls are all tripping over each other and falling around on like they're naked and their boobs are jiggling everywhere. It's like, I don't like if it's too unrealistic. The same way if it was like men and they're like -5 IQ and just like big and muscly and giant dicks, and they're just like falling all over the place and their dicks are like jiggling around, I think that people wouldn't appreciate that either. Lime said, do you listen to Hearts to Hearts? No, I don't, but I'm interested. Nia said, panty and stockings are like, I'm gonna beat your ass, I'm gonna look good doing it. Yes, exactly, that's it. It's really hard to explain, and I really think men struggle with this, particularly because like a lot of female characters that are made by men are just like not good, and sometimes when they try to empower women's characters, they somehow make it even worse. No, Maya, you're good. It's something that's really important, is like to talk about, but also I understand it's really hard for men to understand what makes a good female character. And there may be like female characters I like that other women would think are not good and stuff like that. I think it's very objective. All Here's Me said, kind of want to experience night pools, not gonna lie. I really want to go to a night pool. I normally go every year. I didn't get to go last year, I think. But normally night pools in Japan are like 8,000 yen. They're like crazy expensive. I found out there were 2 night pools, one by Makaharu Mess and the other is in Shinjuku. There's a whole bunch of night pools. The one I want to go to is by Tokyo Tower, and it's called Kankam, and they have like really big inflatables and stuff, and it's really, really cute. Darby said, there is literally a Pro ZD skit about sexy characters like this. Oh my god! Oh, the character he made, I forgot what her name is. And he wears a blonde wig, and she has giant tits, and like she kills stuff with her tits. Yeah, exactly. It's so good. Agency is so important. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I didn't notice it as much when I was younger, but the more like movies and anime you watch, you do get sick of like certain tropes, I guess. Japan Animation said, she needs those humps for traveling through the desert. Nia said, I got judged for liking the 100 girlfriends who really, really, really love you, but I can't help it, the girls are so cute. Yeah, exactly. Like, sometimes fan service is kind of problematic, but we still like it. It's fine. I like some problematic stuff. It's not a big deal. But like, yeah. Like panty and stocking stuff is sometimes sexy and empowering, and that's cool. Maimei said, what about Bayonetta? Yeah, I think that's cute, because Bayonetta is also made by a woman. Like, this is something I think that like people don't understand. And like, because there's this whole like Gamergate thing with like Asmongold is like, we need to make women characters sexy again. Like, all the characters are ugly. We need them with giant tits and blah, 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 blah. And the woke left want to make all the female characters ugly. And they want to make their tits small, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I don't think anyone's opposed to having sexy characters. I love watching sexy characters. I love being a sexy character. But also, not every character has to be sexy. And I don't really like playing games where like every character is sexy. And if they are sexy, they should also have like other redeeming qualities. Like, I think a lot of these games are just like a lot, like particularly the gacha games. It's like, look, every character is a sexy woman with giant tits and a tiny waist and a giant bum, and it jiggles. And it's like, okay, but like, where's the realism in that? Like, for me, I just like realism. I do like sexy characters though. As a etiquette player, I don't feel like I have anything worthy to contribute. Yeah, like, I understand why people play etiquette. Like, again, like, I don't have any, I really like the design of a lot of the etiquette characters. I also just really don't like a lot of those kind of characters don't look human. They are like anatomically incorrect. Like, they'll make a large portion of them with like giant tits, a tiny waist, and like a big ass, and it's just like, I don't know, it makes me feel kind of weird. It looks kind of like uncanny valley. I don't know how to explain it. And I've had this conversation. I think a lot of women probably feel the same way. But I do like a lot of because some of the outfits in Nikkei really slap. I would play it if it wasn't for the fact that it's just like really over-sexualized. Bayonetta is an excellent example. Yeah, exactly. I think Bayonetta, I still haven't played it. I've been meaning to play it for a long time. I wonder if it's on Steam. I do really want to play Bayonetta. That's one character I've always wanted to cosplay as well. And like, we like sexy characters, but there's a difference between like a sexy character and like one that's just like dehumanized. Nia said, oh my god, Maima, I'm gonna have a Nikkei cosplay group with my friends. Oh my god, that's so cool. A lot of the Nikkei outfits are so sick, and they're a lot of inspiration for me when I'm 3D printing stuff. A lot of like the design of the outfits is so cool. And they also had an Evangelion collab, and they did one with Neo Automata. I like Neo Automata so much, and 2B is super sexy, and she has like her whole bum out, and she has big jiggly boobs, but she's still really, really cool. Mama said, I'll admit the designs are, yeah. But I will say that at least they have unique backstories and personalities. Yeah, that's good. But like, you're not really playing for the backstories and like, and like that's fine. Like, Nikkei characters are really cool and sexy. Like you said, to me it's not about realism, but I guess it's complicated. I wonder if we're eventually gonna get token big boob characters. Maybe. Yeah. Cause like, there's a lot of like, I don't know if it's like, there's a bunch of these app games now, but like Wuthering Waves or whatever, or like ZZZ or whatever, I see them all the time come up on Reddit, and like every single character looks the same, and they almost have the same body type. It's all like giant tits, small waist, a big bum, the same face with like different hair colors, and there'll be like a couple of lolly characters. And I think Nikkei also has a character just like an elementary school student, which is kind of weird. Also, you have to realize, living in Japan, there's just tons of that kind of stuff all the time. So you kind of get used to it. Mai, arigato! Thank you! Oh my god, it never lets me heart it. Oh, Mai's profile picture is Nikkei. That's so sick. Again, like I really like the Nikkei like outfits. I think they're so sick. I want them. I want more stuff like that. That's maybe a little bit less sexualized. Like, I would feel weird playing it on the train. I feel bad steering the convo towards boobs. We can talk about boobs. No one has a problem with boobs here. This is a very boob-safe space. Lime said, when me and my friend watched you together, we were so jealous that day. What day? I forgot, sorry. I have the mind of a goldfish. Nia said, I was considering cosplaying Neon or Emma. I would have loved doing Bellorta, but I can't find any cosplay of her. I saw some Nikkei cosplayers outside Shibuya 109 once, and they were really cool. Like, that would be a really sick thing. I really like the cyber aesthetic. I really hope that it continues being popular and they do like more anime. There was an anime I wanted to watch in that kind of aesthetic, but I forgot to watch it. Well, here's me said, jokes on you, Mai. A lot of us are into boobs. I like boobs. But yeah, I'm also like, I'm not like super against too much fan service. I just personally don't find, it's not personally entertaining for me. But like, I'm not like someone that's like, I think that we should ban it. I think honestly it's not good for society in general, but I know at this point most things in society are fucked, so whatever. At least people are having fun, I guess. My said, I wish I was in boobs. No, wait, I mean, you wish you were boobs. Oh my god, imagine like an isekai where someone gets isekai'd and then they become boobs. That's probably been done. I feel like that's been done. I feel like there's not a single isekai thing that hasn't been done yet. Nia said, it's okay, I love boobs, they are comfy and warm. Oh my god. My said, am I trying to push the conversation away from boobs? You should watch There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover. Maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna watch Panty and Stocking. That's my next thing I'm gonna watch. I'm really excited for that. My said, anyway, how's the new job coming? Okay, so this is my second week of being a corporate girly in Japan. I'm having a nice time. It's just training, so there hasn't been like a whole bunch of things to do. It's just every day I've had meetings, online meetings for like about 3 hours, and then they give me a test that I work on the rest of the day, and then the next day we'll go over the answers of the test. So the work isn't particularly interesting, but because it's to do with the news, I find it really interesting. So I really like this job, and I hope that they don't fire me. I really like it. Like, the only problem is next week I'm gonna be doing night shift because the night shift staff have to train me on certain things. So from Monday, I will be working 9 p.m. till 6 a.m. Isn't that wild? I've never worked like that kind of night shift. That is wild. But then it's just for like 2 weeks. What time is it in Tokyo? For me, it's 10 at night. Right now is 10:30. So we're actually pretty close. Doug said, boobs, non-plus, although there is a Hooters in Ginza. Is there? Because there used to be a Hooters in Shibuya, but that one closed down. And in Yokosuka, there is a femboy Hooters, I heard. They were like recruiting on Craigslist. So if there are any femboys in chat, you can work at femboy Hooters in Yokosuka. I imagine it doesn't pay that well though, like I just have a feeling. Because they don't really do tips here. I wonder if Hooters in Japan does tips, because I think the whole point of working at a Hooters would be to get tips. I guess that's why like girls bars and stuff, they'll do like they get money per drink, and if you get like shime or something, or dohan or something like that, because their tips don't really exist here in Japan. Nia said, I want to become a corporate girly. No, you don't! Employment sucks. Any form of employment sucks. I'm gonna cry, I need a job. Oh, I cry that I need a job, I get a job and I cry. I'm never happy. Corporate is fine as long as it's not a black company. Yeah, the company I'm working for is legit. So finally, it's good. It doesn't seem like they're gonna force me to do like copious amounts of overtime or anything like that. And it's just working from home, so I'm pretty happy, honestly. I wasn't sure if I would enjoy working from home, but I like it a lot. It's fun. Doug said, I kind of don't like working till 9 p.m. though. Yeah, my last job, I was working like 12 o'clock to 9 some days, and that was awful. So my schedule isn't going to be like that, at least. I'm interested to see what a night shift's going to be like, because I've never worked one. Like, maybe I'll prefer it. The reel about American makeup pays may be low. I saw that too. I love it. Japan really likes like America core, so I think that would be really popular in Japan. Lime just said, do you? Doug said, yeah, complete with maid waitresses that chew gum slightly loudly and have that attitude. I love that. I would love to go to one of those. My said, oh my god, the Femboy Cafe owner did an AMA on Reddit. Oh, did they? Can you link us? I really want to see it. I have like cat hair on my face where I was kissing my cats. I can feel it. It's driving me insane. Oh, there he is! There he's there. Kawaii. He's all tired because he's been doing fucking parkour around the house. Oh, here's me said, who does be like, we need to compete with the otokonoko scene. Yes. I think Hooters in America is closing down anyways. So, yeah. But as I went to a girls' bar last night and that was popping. There were tons of customers, men and women. I think that kind of stuff, it just works better in Japan, like where people are maybe slightly lonelier. And it was interesting. The waitress they gave us just had, she was really, really nice, but she just had zero conversation. It was hilarious. It was like kind of awkward. She was like, wow, your skin is so white. And we were like, yeah, okay. And then she's like, how long have you been living in Japan? And I'm like, well, I guess around 11 years. And she's like, do you like Japan? I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you've been living in a country for 11 years, it's not really about liking or disliking anymore. It's like, this is like, I don't know, it's like, this is where I live. It's really strange because I try to think about it if like, in England, a lot of my friends were immigrants, mostly like Polish, Lithuanian, Indian, Kenyan. It's never once crossed my mind to ask them, do you like England? I don't know. It's just like the culture is different, I guess. Like, and I'm not sure how they would respond. Probably they'd say no, honestly. Heaven said, you're so beautiful. Hope you're doing good. Oh, thanks, Angel. That's really nice of you. My voice is already starting to go, so I'm eating these disgusting cough drops. I don't know if you've ever had something where the cure is worse than the disease, because I think this is definitely I had a little bit of a cold and my wisdom tooth started to come through my gum and it gave me a fever. So yeah, I've just been having, the last 2 weeks have been crazy actually. I had that, giant spiders, I've had it all honestly. My friend said I'd make a good femboy. I think you would make a good femboy. Why don't you apply? I really think that they need more workers because how many femboys can there be in Yokosuka, really? Or here's me said, from what I can tell, Miley's bar is technically a form of a girl's bar. Yes. If you are paying more money at a bar to speak to a woman, it is a girl's bar. Yeah, it was bought by a private equity. Ooh. Yoshi said, do you like it? No, I hate it. That's why I stayed. It's like, yeah, I've been here for 11 years, so you can assume that I like it here. And if I didn't, I probably wouldn't tell someone who's Japanese. Darby said, I randomly remember I went to a hostess club and a half Filipino woman told me unprompted that she loved President Duterte's drug dealer killings. No. When I had that glitter tattoo, the nailist, she was just like saying a lot of opinions about like Iran and like stuff like that. And like, I don't think Japanese people, when they're speaking to foreigners, it's like, you need to be careful. When you talk about politics to people, you need to be a little bit careful. Like, Japanese people just like, they'll just have really extreme views about things, and they'll just say it like normally. It's very interesting. And they just assume you agree with them. Oh, here's me said, I had the blueberry ones. Probably a bit more bearable. Blueberry ones. Yeah, I did work in a girls' bar. Not work, because it was just like a guest work, I guess, for a day, so it was fine. Twice. And it was pretty fun, but we mostly had to bring in our own customers, because I think that's the hard thing about working at a girls' bars. A lot of the time they have to bring in their own customers from outside, so they have to really get on SNS, they have to go outside and pull people in. It's kind of like an MLM in that way. It really reminds me of an MLM. Like, they have to like pull people in and like recruit other girls, I guess. Angel God said, as a hairdresser, I never talk about politics with my clients unless they bring it up, and I try to remain neutral. Yeah, it's strange. Like, a lot of places I'll go to where I'm paying for a service here, people will talk about stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh, interesting. Because at work, when I was a teacher, I wouldn't bring up politics at all, and a lot of time students would say some like crazy opinion to me that I thought personally was wild, and I would just be like, oh, okay, I see, like blah blah blah. I think I mentioned before, but I did actually report one teacher who was saying all this like crazy shit next door in the other classroom. He was like, in the Bible, blah blah blah, men are men and women are women. Donald Trump is putting America on the right track. He's putting common sense back into the White House. And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, absolutely not. I did report him. And he did actually get in trouble. And I think they told him to just stop talking about politics. Because, like, it just doesn't really have a place at work, I think. Yeah. Oh, here's what he said. I see you need to build up regular customers. Yeah, when I worked in the girls bar, the first one I worked at, it was just for a day. There were no customers. We had to bring in everyone, so we brought in some of our own customers. And it's not like, particularly for like foreign influences, that's not what we do, like, really. So like, it doesn't really work. Japanese influencers, I think it's a little bit easier. Like, a lot of them, if you're an influencer in Japan, you consider your followers more like fans. So the culture is a little bit different. But the second one I worked at, there were customers, like different ones, and it was really, really fun. Just like drinking and talking with people. Yeah, it was nice. My said, I remember reading one story about an AOT that would constantly use the N-word. Oh my god! Yeah, that sucks. Absolutely not. Were they, what? Were they black? Either way, you shouldn't be doing that, like, at all. Particularly not in Japan. There are some wild stories about AOTs. Like, absolutely wild. I've known a lot of really incredibly wild AOTs. My first job in Japan, the group of AOTs in Saitama that I was part of, there were some absolutely wild guys in there. One of them was from England, and he only ate white bread. And it was a problem because, like, we have to eat lunch with the kids, and he wouldn't eat the school lunch. He would bring, like, white bread and just eat it in front of them, and it was just weird. And he also just looked sick. Like, obviously he's not getting any nutrients. And there was this other guy who actually helped me a lot, and he was half Japanese, half American, and he was just like, I don't know how to say, he was just like really lonely and just really like didn't have a lot of luck with the ladies, like that kind of guy, right? And then the last stretch of work, we were drinking us together, and he was like, yeah, you know, actually one of my students, she said she's gonna wait for me. And we're like, what do you mean? Like, he worked in the fucking middle school. He's like, yeah, well, she's like 15 now, but she said that when she turns 18, then we're gonna be together. And it's like, bro, are you grooming the children? Like, what the fuck? I think someone reported him to you. There's a lot of weirdos that become AOTs. Sounds like our fit, but perhaps with the white bread. Yeah, I think it might be. And like, obviously he's going to be neurodivergent. It's hard because one of your responsibilities if you're an ART is you have to eat with the kids. And if you don't eat all the food, they get really mad at you. Like, I've had to eat all sorts of, like, things I didn't want to eat. So it is, like, part of the job. Which sucks if you have any dietary restrictions. Lime said, these ads are getting on my nerves. Unfortunately, ads is one of the only ways you can make money from YouTube. So unfortunately, it's ads. Like you said, I haven't had an ad once. Maybe you have an ad blocker. Lime, you can put an ad blocker on your computer. You do know that, right? There's a YouTube ad blocker and you can put it on. Oh, here's me said, I like to think that when I frequented Miley's bar, I probably contributed a bit. No, it's important. Like, that's their job, right? They have to make money. So, yeah. I like going to girls' bars sometimes and contributing and, you know, women supporting women. That's nice. Bentley said, how old was this freak? I think he was the same age as me. So I think at that time he was like 20. I would say he was like 25. But he looked way older. Angel got said, bro, I had a teacher who dated 2 students after graduating. Oh my god. And he still works at the school. No! When I graduated high school, I think I was still 15 at that time. The IT technician that had helped me with my computer a couple of times, he added me on MySpace and was like, yeah, now that you've graduated, we can hang out. And this guy was fucking like 28 or something, and I was like, just turning 16. I just didn't reply. It freaked me out. Darby said, almost as if they have wrong preconceived ideas about Japanese women. Yeah, that's another thing. And like, it goes back, oh my god, it ties back into like the over-sexualization thing. Another reason I don't like over-sexualization in anime is because people think that that's how women are and how women behave. And foreign guys watch anime and they're like, oh, this must be how Japanese women are. So I'll go to Japan and then I'll be able to do that to the women and they'll like it. And particularly it's a problem with like, maybe like hentai, when it's like women, they'll like touch them or do something to them and the woman doesn't like it. Then after a while she'll come round to the idea and then she'll be like, oh, I don't know what's happening, but I really like this now, blah 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 blah. That's really, really harmful because that's not what actually happens. Like, if you do that to a woman, she's not gonna like it, you're gonna go to jail. And also, we don't need more of these people watching shit like that and then going around and harassing women, which is what happens. I've been harassed a lot by foreign men in Japan. I've had guys try to film up my skirt. I've had guys try to touch me. I've had guys grab me. And I think a lot of the reason of that is because they probably watch like this kind of like hentai or like anime or whatever and then move to Japan. My mate said, you're coming here to work as a respectable teacher, fucking act like it. It sucks as well because like there's so many people like that if you are a teacher in Japan, a lot of the time you don't get treated very well because of the other people that came before you. And I've worked in schools where the teacher before me sucked, and so when I started working there they were like kind of cold towards me, and then after a while they warmed up and they were like, oh, actually Matthew sensei before you, he used to just come and sit at his like sleep at his desk, and like he was always late and he couldn't use the copy machine and stuff like that. So like it really has a bad effect on actual teachers. Like I said, I'm not using the ad blocker. Yeah, I have it on my phone because I'm reading the comments. I don't get that many ads, so maybe there's something up with Lime's computer or like YouTube. Oh, here's me said, I mean, like, technically the people get to talk to me for free. And the thing is about girls' bars is, I'll use my experience as someone who used to go to host clubs, but I never used to spend money at host clubs, but like, I pay 1,000 yen. But it's good because when you go there, you know that you can have a conversation with people, and those people will talk to you, and those people who are working there are, or they should be, good conversationalists. So you'll go there and you'll have a nice time with someone who's good at talking, and you can just go there, have a nice talk. They'll ask you questions. I, honest to God, as a woman, and particularly when you're dating, you don't know how fucking hard it is to meet men who will ask you questions and not just talk about themselves. So it's nice, and I think it's the same way for like girls bar in Kyabakura, a lot of men that go there are like, you know, salary men. They're lonely, they're not very interesting. It's nice for them to just go somewhere and like have someone interested in them. A lot of people don't experience people being interested in them, so it's nice. Darby said, no doesn't mean convince me. Oh my god, for real. Lime said, I remember when I didn't sit at lunch and talk to my friends who sat at another table, the national security school guard kept touching my shoulder. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Schools are a nightmare. My school, particularly in England, we had so many pedophiles, it's unreal. I didn't realize this whole time my camera was like weird. There we go. Yeah, my school in particular had a lot of pedophiles. My said, you know, I've been seeing a TikTok guy who takes videos of him trying to raise Japanese girls using a translator. I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but it's also like, realistically, what's the point of dating someone that you don't speak the same language? Because the only point of you doing that is to have sex with them, right? So like that is more like him just trying to have sex with people. Hi, Glitch. Glitch said, men who ask actual questions and take notes are so cute. Yeah, I can't tell you how many dates I've been on and the guy just talks about himself. Or like doesn't even talk about himself, so we're just like not having a conversation. I don't know how to explain it. But it's really, really nice when you meet someone and they at least pretend to show an interest in you. So that's why people go to like host clubs and Kyabakura, girls bars, boys bars, this whole kind of thing. I think it's really sad. I really think that in school they need to teach like a little bit more social etiquette and conversation skills. Because it was hard for me. I had to learn a lot. As someone with ADHD, it wasn't always easy. Like, it's different like for every kind of neurodivergence, but for ADHD, you can just talk and talk and talk. And it's important, like I had to train myself when to stop, when to listen, when to know that I shouldn't talk, to just put up a filter and not say everything that's on my mind. And I think this is definitely something that they need to teach, because I really do think that it's not helping. Like particularly in Japan as well, people are really lonely. The men are going to girls bars, the women are going to host clubs, they're downloading Love and Deep Space, the men are just playing etiquette all day. It's just not good, and I really think it's sad because like humans do have a lot to offer each other. I just think that we need to get better at communicating. My said, as far as I know, he does ask permission and stuff like that. Seems respectable. It makes me think though, like these girls are just trying to do their job. Oh, are they like the staff, the girls bar staff, like you know, the ones with the signs? Because that's kind of annoying if he's not gonna like pay them money, because he would be blocking a potential customer. Queen, yahoo! Love your streams, you're so cute. Thank you, Angel. $10. Hell yeah. You don't understand the economy in Japan. $10, I can buy my own house. The economy is so bad here right now. Thank you so much. That's really, really nice of you. My said they play Nikki all day. You actually are. My is actually really good at conversation. My is one of the. Honestly, I hang out with a lot of people. My is one of the best conversationalists I know. Like my is great. My is so comfortable and nice to talk about. It's fine. We all play stupid games on our phones. I do too. It's fine. The difference is that you actually can hold a conversation and you're very warm and empathetic and you do other things. If you just played Nikki all day and then you didn't talk to anyone and you just kept to yourself, then maybe that wouldn't be good. Lies. You know, I always tell the truth. You're a really good conversationalist. Slander. It's not slander if you're saying nice things. That's not how that works. Oh, here's me said 1000% agree. No, for real, my mind's really good. You're a really good talker, yeah, conversationalist. And that's why you're a good streamer too. And that's why you can play etiquette and any other hentai game. I don't think Nandake, Morning Musume Janakute, what's it called? Uma Musume. I don't think that's a hentai game, but you can play that too, as a treat. Mew Mew Meow said, hi, just joined. I find it hard to keep conversation if we don't have the same interest. Do you have any tips, especially with work colleagues? It's really hard, and it's something I had to really try, because my old job when I was teaching students, a lot of them are the most boring people imaginable. Honestly, I think watching TV shows that common people, like many people watch, is really, really good. You can talk about that. You can bring up sports. A lot of things, honestly, is just listening to people about their interests. So, like, I wasn't really into K-pop, and then I listened to my best friend a lot talk about ENHYPEN or whatever, and I learned a lot, and I ended up getting into it. So I think even if you yourself are not personally interested in it, there might be something that person is into that you might not be into it yet, but you might get into it later. Like, I expanded my horizons so much, but people talk about something, I'm like, oh, I'm not really into that. But then I would listen, and the more I listen, I'd be like, okay, this sounds interesting. Be careful, because that's how you get into cults, actually. But, yeah. Also, food is good. Everyone has like a favorite cafe, favorite restaurant. Also, and this is true a lot for men, people love teaching you something. So I'll be like, oh, I don't really know this area well. Like, what do people usually do for fun around this place? What's the best cafe around here? People love thinking that they're helping you or educating you. So that's a really, really good way if you kind of like trick them. My mate said, I don't know, ma'am, my students get barely any views. We're going to come with your stream next time. Please promote in the Discord and let us know in advance. We will come see it. Already 15 minutes. Like I said, I feel like some teachers try to give social advice, but it was very general, and I'm not good at starting conversations. It's not easy, and it's different for every person. Like, autistic people sometimes really struggle verbalizing their thoughts, or sometimes they'll be a little bit too direct, and people with ADHD don't stop fucking talking. So it's like, it really depends on the person. Oh, Darby, I forgot stream goals. I'm sorry. Thank you, yay. That's towards my giant spider fund. Good morning from Florida. I went to Florida. I went to the Floribama mullet toss, and I threw a fish from Florida into Alabama. That's how I'm a true American. Nay said, I love you. Hi, Nay, I love you too, babe. My said, I don't want to plug your hair since this is bun time. We are on bun hours. No, my plug your stream into the Discord. If you guys aren't in the Discord, you should totally join. It's a really safe, inclusive space, and we have a lot of members who live in Japan, so there's a lot. If you have any questions about like living or like being in Japan, it's a really good space. Mimi said, not the mansplaining. No, but it's good. Like, at like working in Japan and teaching salarymen, I would always just act dumb and be like, oh wow, like udon, I've never heard of that before, can you tell me more about that? And then they'll waste like 20 minutes just explaining it, and I can just sit there and be like, oh, that's so interesting. But thank you, this is helpful. I think I'll try out the listening. I usually just ask a bunch of questions, but then I'd run out. Yeah, that's hard, because I sometimes would do that when I'm teaching a student. I just ask them loads and loads of questions, and it's funny because like Japanese people, particularly ones that come to Eikaiwa, a lot of them don't like personal questions, even though it's a conversation. So some of them would get really annoyed if you ask too many questions. So it's very hard to find the balance. And one time, actually before I went to America, I started to talk. We had some time at the end of the class, and it was this woman I'd never taught before, so I didn't really know her personality, and I was talking about the Floribama fish toss, and I was talking about it, and she just like clearly she wasn't interested, and she was like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of the class now, okay, bye. And she walked out when I was talking. I'm like, okay, I may have overshared there. Nay said, you're so cute, thanks for answering me. You're welcome. Glitch said, bro, you know what I hate? When I'm unable to make words good because stress. Yeah, that's also true. Being in a sudden social situation doesn't make you like clam up. I have this in Japanese where if I suddenly walk and like bump into people I know and I have to speak in Japanese, sometimes my mind just goes completely blank. And I have to like reorientate myself and just like stop for like a good 30 seconds. But I'm told to verbalize what's wrong right now and not later, aka my ex. Yeah, that sucks. It's hard, particularly if you're dating someone that you probably won't have the same communication styles, so you have to learn, or at least talk about before, their communication style, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of arguments. But I've dated people before where they were kind of like autistic, so I'm like, okay, they're being blunt, but it's not like, they're not mad at me, they're just like saying things factually. And they would get annoyed at me because when I talk, it's kind of like a circle, it goes like blah 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 blah, but when they would talk, it would go straight to the point. So once you can figure out your different communication styles and find a space in the middle where you can compromise, and that's how you can effectively communicate. It's the same with friends too. Like a lot of my friends are very different mindset to me, so I try and understand, oh, they said that because they think like this, like they think differently to me. I think that's where a lot of problems stem from, is that people don't understand that people's thought patterns are different. All hears me said, sometimes it feels like an epidemic of poor English and more like one of Japanese people being bad at questions. It is also sometimes that too. Like, I think Japanese people don't really ask each other direct questions too much about some things, and they'll be really direct about others. Like culturally it is very different. Like as I mentioned before, my nailist just being like, you're so white, why are you so white? Or my ex's mom would always be like, I noticed that you have gained weight, but only in your tummy. Just like, is there any reason for this? So yeah, that's culturally, it's a little bit different. By the way, is that your real hair or is it a wig? Oh, this is my real hair. I'm planning on dyeing it again soon to something else now that I'm working from home. I was thinking of dyeing my hair blue. I didn't decide yet. I might do something crazy just because like I can now. Whereas before when I was a teacher I couldn't dye my hair, but now I'm considering dyeing it blue, or I really want to dye it white. But there's only one hairstylist, or a couple of them, that I can really do what I want. And they never fucking reply to any of my DMs. And I don't want to just go because I don't know how much it would cost. Like, they have like a general thing, but it's between like 20,000 yen and like 40,000 yen. Like, I want to know exactly how much I'm going to pay before I go. And also, I don't know if I would have to go once or twice. Sometimes you have to go twice. Like, I need to know this information. I don't want to just go without speaking with them, but they don't reply to my DMs. So like, I'm like trying to give them my money. That's Bun's hair. Yes, it's the Bun hair. It's a little sweaty right now actually. This room, I mentioned before, it doesn't have aircon, so like I get very moist during live streams. I'm very sorry. Yeah, figuring out people's communication styles is so important. It can make so many misunderstandings go away. Yeah, I think that's hard because like a lot of the time women are a lot better at this, and if it's a woman dating a man, that's normally where the hard part, or like a lot of the struggle for me has been me compromising for the other person's thought style and how they argue and how they think, but that person taking zero effort to think about how I communicate and how I think. So yeah, that's been one of the biggest challenges for me in relationships. And he said, I love your hair so much. Thank you. I'm really happy. It's been a few years now since I cut my hair. I used to have really, really long hair, but then I cut it into a bob so that I could eat ramen easier, and it's so good. It's particularly in summer in Japan, it's so hot, and I remember it used to get like so tangled and sweaty in the heat, but now it's just like fresh and doesn't get in my way. Oh my god, Bun is going to become Ray. Let me read this properly. Ray Ayanaganana Mami. Yes, that's gonna be me. No, I do want to dye my hair blue. I want to do a like pastel cool shade of blue, but I know that once it fades, it's gonna go into like the most awful shade of like seafoam green, so that's the only thing stopping me, and it might dye my pillowcases blue. I have a friend that dyes her hair blue, and it dyes all of her bed sheets, so that's what's stopping me. But I was supposed to get my hair dyed this month to celebrate me working from home, but then I had giant spiders in my house and I had to call pest control, and that was exactly the same amount of money I was going to spend on my hair. So literally fate said no, you're not going to get your hair done. Yes, the cunty bob. I do love me a cunty bob. I was thinking to get hair extensions as well. I might get them later in this year, but for now I think I'll just dye my cunty bob a different color. See what that does. Ania said, why are you so white? That would be my black mom. It's wild. Like, it's just the focus of like skin tone is very uncomfortable for most people. Like, we should just not talk about it, I think. Nay said, do you support Palestine? Yes, I do. I post a lot about it on Instagram, actually. And on my YouTube, 2 videos before this, I think the image is me holding a giant Palestine flag. We do like a homeless patrol, and the guy who runs it is really pro-Palestine. So yeah, maybe at some point I'll make a video talking about it, but I don't really feel like I have the credentials to really talk about it that much. But we normally talk about politics a lot in this stream, which is why I really want to see the new Batman movie, because apparently it is very like pro-Palestine in its messaging, so I really, really want to see it. I haven't gone to the cinema in a hot minute, so I do plan on going. Morning, Aki. Ohayo. Christina said, confess my feelings to a friend, and they reciprocated. I'm so hyped, it almost doesn't feel real. That's so cute. I feel like a friendship is such a good basis for a relationship. I really hope it works out well for you. That's so cute. Andrew Gut said, maybe do a warmer blue so it won't fade to green. Yeah, I've had like kind of like a purple toned ones normally fade to silver, so I'm gonna try. Darby said, my family used a tatsumai to basically tell that I'm not allowed to dye my hair white. No, we could have been twins. We could have been twins. Or we could just say that like, oh, my hair just went white. Angel Bat said, white is the hardest color to do, but I think it would be possible with your hair. Yes, I think it's also very hard to maintain, but now I'm working from home, I would put in a lot of effort, and my hair is like almost white. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard. I've been to a hairstylist in Japan to do my hair white, and I feel bad because she does my hair for free, but it didn't at all come out white. So it's like, even there's like a box that you can buy from the drugstore that made my hair more like what I wanted. I was considering just using that again, but I would like to go to a hair salon and get it done properly. I'm considering white or blue. I didn't decide yet. Mainly because the hairstylists that do the white hair, they're just not replying to me. I don't get it. There's 2 of them and they haven't looked or replied to any of my DMs, but their accounts say DM me. I'm not sure if it's because I look foreign, like I have a foreign name, but I mouthed them in Japanese that is not shit. So like, I don't know why they won't reply. Aki said, the Superman one, 100%. I love the movie. Oh, hell yeah. I'm so excited to see it. Maybe I'll go see it next week, actually. That could be fun. Yeah, the Superman film is gonna be sick. I'm so excited. I'm sad I missed. There's a new Paddington movie, Paddington 3. I think it's called Paddington in Peru. I missed that when it came out. I think it was only in the cinema for like 2 weeks, and I missed it. So now I must see Batman. I can already feel my voice going. Remember, I do still have a cold, and I haven't really rested at all. So that's kind of on me. I was supposed to rest yesterday, but I went to a girls' bar. Nay said, do you live in Japan? Is it fun? I do live in Japan. I've lived here for 11 years, and it is very, very fun. It's very stressful sometimes. There's a lot of bureaucracy and a lot, like the work-home balance isn't great sometimes. But overall, I think it's really comfortable, and I love living here. And for me personally, I think it's a good country. But a lot of people I knew who were really excited to move to Japan did move here, and it didn't really work for them. So yeah, make it that what you will. Aoki said, I woke up late because I came back from the cinema really late. Ah, I see. Yeah, I imagine Batman's going to be like 2 hours long. It looks like a long movie. Glitch said, I think if Bam did cool hair, then blue hair with 2 white streaks. Oh, that could be really fun. I'm thinking to get like extensions, but not long ones, just like here. So I'm putting some. I was thinking to do like light blue and putting like dark blue in. I don't really know. I always say I'm gonna get something done, and when I get to the hair salon, I always change my mind at the last minute. So I will see. I got extensions last year, and again, the thing I asked for, he didn't really give me all the thing I asked for. I asked for blue, and he made them like green. It was a disaster. It came out cute, but it just wasn't at all what I wanted. Darby said, get rest. Yeah, I will rest. Tomorrow's Yumichi's birthday, so I'm not resting tomorrow. But the next week, I'm doing night shift. So I'll try to like rest a little bit in the daytime. It's hard to rest when you have ADHD, because like now I feel like I should be like designing, I should be drawing, I should be streaming, I should be making content. It's just so much stuff I really feel like I should be doing, and I have to stop myself because I know that like that's the ghost of capitalism telling me to do that, and I want to get out of that mindset. Sabrina said, what times do the people at the homeless patrol usually go out to help during the weekdays? My Japanese school put me into afternoon class, but I would still like to take part. I think it's usually at 8 o'clock at night. So I think you should have time, but then you have to like make a bunch of food, which normally took me, I think, like 2 hours to make all the sandwiches. Nay said, hope you get better, bunny. Thank you. I'm always sick. I have a lung defect, so I get sick pretty often. I feel like I was just sick this month already, so. Oh my god, birthday queen. Yeah. Yumichi, actually, the present I bought her is I got her a vlog cam, so she can, now she's just using her iPhone, so she's gonna have a vlog cam, so hopefully she will stream more. She wants to stream more, but her job, the hours are really, really long. Like, I'm a little bit worried about her. Her job is really, really fun and nice, but it is kind of long. And she doesn't get home until very late, and of course she has like her deco stuff and stuff like that, and so she hasn't really had a lot of time, but she really does want to stream more. And drink medicine. This is kind of like medicine. I messed up last night because I took like ibuprofen, and then I went out and I drank alcohol, and then I was like, I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. Aoki said, I have to do something or I feel stressed. Yeah, I think that's very like ADHD. If I'm not doing something, I feel like I should be. It got worse the last couple of years, particularly when I started living by myself. I always think I have to be doing something, and I spend too much time just watching fucking YouTube, like watching like Hassan streams, watching indie game playthroughs. I need to stop watching so much YouTube. My mom said, I love to get to know her too. Yumichi's great. Yeah, I want her to stream more. She's a wonderful, kind person. One of the best people I know. Like, like in Japan. I've known a lot of people, and I know a lot of wonderful people, but Dimitri's just been such a a selfless friend for me. Like, she let me go to her house in America. Her parents treated me very, very nicely. There's never been any sense of like competition between us. If you have friends that only wish the best for you, and I think that's great. Like, just always having someone that feels happy for you when good things happen, and generally sad for you when bad things happen. I think that's really important. Glitch said, I once did red and pink extensions. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking to do. Like, maybe like dye it blue and then getting the X. If I could dye it white, that would be my number 1 choice. But I don't know. Maybe in the Discord, I will post a picture of the hair that I won. They have this guy, he does a lot of specifically white bobs, and it looks so good. But I don't know. He won't reply to my DM. I guess I can just show up at the salon and like make an appointment, but I'm scared. I don't know if you guys are in the Discord, but I'm gonna leave the link here. If you guys aren't in it, you should join. It's a very fun, inclusive, safe place. Just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on Chris Broad? I never watched a lot of his content, but I think it's really, really good. Like, he seems like a really decent guy. I watched one video where he ate bear meat. And I watched one where he investigated up north. There's this place where they think Jesus Christ is buried, and they have like a grave for him. That was a really interesting video. So I think his content's really, really cool. I should probably watch more of his content. But when I'm watching YouTube, I normally just watch like political stuff, and I don't really watch like J vloggers or whatever, because I'm in Japan, so I feel like I'm already living it. But I think it would be helpful for me too. His stuff is also like so like well put together and like high budget. It's really cool. Okay said, my mom has it pretty bad. We literally can't stop her from cleaning the house even when it's clean already. Oh my god. Yeah, I think those kind of behaviors can be really unhealthy. I'm really trying to get myself out of it, but it is difficult. Nay said, do you want your hair blue to match the Tenshikaiwai style? Yeah, I think mostly because a lot of my clothes are white now. I think it'll look good. It might clash a little bit with some of the blue clothes. That's my worry, is that it's going to clash, because when I dyed my hair pink, I used to wear pink, and I noticed that it would clash a lot with my clothes, and I didn't like that. Aoki said, Chris Broad had the best sponsor segment I've ever watched. It started with, this is the camera I use to record my videos. Oh my god, that's good. Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. He's British, so I like him. I used to like, what's that guy's name? Connor. But then they invited Hassan onto the Trash Taste podcast, and then like they had a good time with him, but then a lot of people who didn't like Hassan complained and was like, oh, we don't want you to have him on anymore. And then Connor did this weird live video where he was like, okay, we won't have Hassan on anymore. I thought that was really sucky. Like, are you just gonna let bullies tell you what to do? Like, are you just gonna throw your friend under the bus? It was really strange. Bye, Lime. Thank you for coming. White hair, blue tips could be cool. Nay said, are you British too? Yeah, I was born in London. I grew up in London, Paris, and I lived in Sardinia. And then I ended up moving to Japan, and my mom moved to Spain, so I would visit her a little bit. And I flirted with the idea of moving to Korea for a while, but I'm glad I didn't. Chris Broad's book sold really well in the UK, apparently. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, I think that he's not bad at all. He seemed just like an ordinary bloke. He doesn't give that like annoying vlogger kind of vibe that there sometimes is, so I think he's kind of cool. I would like to meet him. I met the anime man and his girlfriend. We went on like an influencer trip, and me and his girlfriend, or his fiance now, we went in the onsen together, and that was fun. My said, we need more British people in Japan. Too many Americans. Yeah, most of the people I know in Japan are American that are foreign. A lot of French people here too. A lot of French people. More chippies, less hamburger stands. Yeah, I did go to, I think I mentioned it before, but I did go to a really nice fish and chip shop in Shimokitazawa. It was actually like proper good. I was really skeptical. I actually went there on a date with an American guy, and he was like, I thought it was a bold choice that he took me to like a British restaurant. I was kind of like, yeah, this is gonna be shit, but it was really good actually. Glitch said, Aki seems very sweet and cute. Yeah. Aoki said, Chris Broad is really against overly produced content, Mr. Beast style. His stuff is really well researched. I love that. I've seen some of his videos before and they seem like, yeah, there's a lot of research and it's more like a documentary and them just having fun. It's a bit more natural. I really like it. Particularly because like Japanese content, like J-vloggers, a lot of stuff is over sensationalized and really fake. Like, I really cringe a bunch of the reels that people make. There's this certain style where like the person is standing in front of the restaurant and they're like, hey, come in, and like you follow them in and then they're like eating and they're like, wow, oh my god, and it's just like way too much. It makes me physically sick. And I don't know, a lot of the content, I don't like it. I think it's because it's largely made by people who've only been here like a year, and it's, I would say, like very glazing of Japan. The worst is, I'm not going to say who they are, but there are a couple of like creators who don't live in Japan and they make videos almost exclusively about Japan. So like often the things they're saying are just not true, and it's and they're very popular, so it kind of sucks like that there's so many misconceptions. Mai said, I've yet to find a good chippy in Japan. We should go to the one in Shimokita. It was really nice. Mai said, maybe I should make a YouTube series. The first episode should be you going to the femboy hooters and playing etiquette. Scripted and over sensationalized content feels very disingenuous. Yeah, it really does, and I think Japan falls for that a lot. It almost can't be helped, but it's also hard because I think I mentioned this before, but when I'm making YouTube videos, I can't say anything negative about Japan. In my streams, it's a little bit easier, and like that's why in my streams normally I say my more candid stuff. But I've had a lot of friends who are YouTubers who made videos where they said like, oh, I don't like this about Japan, and then like they had to delete the video because they got so many negative comments. And any of my videos where I do say something slightly negative about Japan, the ratio of dislikes is way more. And there have been instances where I said something not even negative, but like I said that like Japanese fashion, like a lot of the time, a lot of it isn't so high quality necessarily for the price. I had this Japanese guy for the longest time on Twitter just stalking me, and like any thread where anyone would mention me, he would comment in there and be like, this influencer hates Japan, she's like blah 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 blah, and it was like really annoying. And there are a lot of these kind of nationalists that they know what they're doing, and it does work. Like they stop people from saying even like really basic critiques. Like I always talk about that guy who I said that Japanese buses could be better designed, and then he tagged the Minister of Justice and told him to deport me. That was wild. But that happens quite a lot. So that's why I think most of the content that you see is people glazing Japan, because if you do say anything negative, you'll get like particularly on X or on Twitter, there's a lot of like bots, and they'll like bot you with negative stuff. Chippy Detective, I would watch the hell out of that. Like I said, one of the things I've seen a lot are Japan Eats shorts. I follow a lot of accounts of just different Japanese restaurants, and some of the food is so good. My said, oh, God's chat, I become the Nikkei guy. There's nothing wrong with that. I said, I think Nikkei is really cool. The art is amazing. Meow says, I feel like online foreigners obsessed with Japan tend to be super conservative for some reason. Yeah. Japan does attract, particularly men. It does attract a certain kind of guy. Like a guy who really likes that Japan is mostly Japanese, and that likes the idea that women should be subservient, and then they get here and they don't like that Japan basically isn't like their idea that it would be. This is a very common kind of guy in Japan, and I know a lot of like men who come here and they get married almost instantly, and then they find out that Japanese women aren't so subservient after all. Maybe said that happened with Chris. Apparently JP people kept saying, stop complaining, Gaijin, get out of Japan. Yeah, no, and like for real, Chris doesn't have any like big criticisms of Japan, but if you say anything really, really small, yeah, it's really, really rough. Like I made a video once where I said that Japan's great, but like there's a lot of big bugs, and then I got so many comments like, go back to your own fucking country then. It's like, and the problem with that is that there's a lot of exceptionalism. So there will be like, someone will take a picture of a sign and it will be like, we don't want any foreigners in our restaurant, and all the comments are like people being like, yeah, you tell them, Japan, yeah, they just don't want these foreigners causing trouble. It's because they just don't want to speak English, like blah 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 blah, and people would be hyping them up. Had that been in any other country, people would be really angry, but for some reason Japan really does get a pass with this kind of thing. It was just really interesting to me, and I really don't want any more nationalists stalking me, so I'm just gonna keep my critiques to my live streams, but they probably won't be. Darby said, it's so annoying, people will stalk you too for anything negative on Japan. Yeah. It is not good, because I think if you love something, if you love a country, you should want it to get better. Because I actually retweeted about the guy who tried to deport me for saying that buses could be designed better. And I had foreign guys. They're like, where? What are you talking about? Japanese buses are perfect. So that was one. The second one was like, what do you mean? I'm from Taipei and the buses here are disgusting. And it's like, just because something is objectively worse doesn't mean this thing is perfect and doesn't need improvement. And this other guy posted the picture of a Japanese bus, like the inside, and he's like talking about it in detail. And it's like, I cannot believe that these people will just hear like a very basic, not even complaint, just like, oh, it could be better designed, and they're like, no, Japan is perfect. Like, this mindset is really wild and also dangerous for Japan, because like a lot of things is like the buses being better designed would really help the fucking elderly, the Japanese elderly. Like, you can't, well, if you think, oh yeah, society is perfect, and you never improve it, that's how civilizations crumble. Wild. Nian said, I'm gonna start playing Nikkei so my cosplay are accurate. I want to hear how you feel about it. I think the art is really, really sick. I just don't play app games as well, that's part of it. My said, yeah, my throat's dying. My said, and you're gonna visit a country, you should research the good and the bad. No, that's so true though. Like, a lot of like, there was a reel and this woman is like, wow, it's so great, I'm able to go out and like go jogging all the time by myself in Japan, it's so safe. And while I agree, Japan is safer than like a lot of countries, safer than England, I wouldn't necessarily say it's safe, because I've had a lot of like really bizarre incidents happen in Japan that made me feel not safe. However, I do feel safer going out at night, which is good. Their soft power needs to be studied. If you love something, you should be even more critical. This is very true. Like, you want it to get better, right? Glitch said, bro, I hadn't hardly said a word out loud till my mom woke up and my voice is half gone. Uh-oh. There is definitely a cold going around. A lot of my friends are sick. I will stay for 3 minutes because my voice is almost gone. So if you guys have any extra questions for me, let me know. I think I should be healed in like 3 or 4 days. So the next live stream, you probably shouldn't have this problem. Oki said, that reminds me, apparently there is an internet non-visa, but it requires you to get a huge monthly payment. Oh, internet nomad. There is a nomad visa. I think it'd be very hard to get though. And like, you have to prove your income. And I think the nomad one is only for 6 months. I'm not quite sure. I think it's 6 months. I wouldn't recommend getting that one. It's interesting though. They are doing a lot more different kinds of visas, which I think is good. Yeah, digital nomad. That's it. Glitch said, I was camping in the desert for the last few days. Ooh, that is so fun. I'd love to go camping in the desert. Nia said, I'll update my Nikki experience in the Discord. Yeah, let us know your favorite character. Yes, and tag my in every post. Maybe I'll download it and play it. I know what game I should stream next. Maybe we'll do some more web fishing next. If anyone's up for that, we can do some web fishing. Web fishing is always fun. Yeah. Consider it your homework. No! Yeah, just 6 months and not 2 times in a row. That's not good. Like, that's barely any time. I think that if you can get the working holiday, that's the best visa for your first one. And then use your working holiday time to figure out what your next visa is going to be. It was like 5k USD per month to get it. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not getting that. Disco. Okay, maybe I'll stream Disco. I feel like it's a game where I want to be immersed though. I don't know if streaming it would be hard for me. We camped next to a large canyon with rivers and a reservoir and lots of heat. Oh, do you have any pictures? That would be cool. You should drop it on the Discord. Meow Meow said, are you into any JRPGs? Oh, yeah, I'm actually a big time gamer. I played a lot of JRPGs. I really like, obviously, Final Fantasy, Persona. What's that game? I love I can't remember any of the names of the games I play. The one, Nantoka Kingdoms, Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem. I really like Baten Kaitos back in the day. That's kind of obscure. I really want to play, on my wish list on Steam, I really want to play the game made by Atlas, the Persona company. It's called Metaphor Fantasio. It's made by the Persona people, but it's a fantasy game. I really want to play that. Actually, let me check what I have in my wish list. It is Steam sale now. Let's take a look. I have that, Sea of Stars, which is like a JRPG. What else is there? I think that's it for like interesting stuff. There's another Persona-esque game that I want to play. But yeah, I used to exclusively really play JRPGs and stuff like that. I played a lot of JRPGs actually. I really like Final Fantasy, even if recently they've been kind of mid. Metaphor Fantasio is a game of the year for me. I want to play it so bad, but it is still 6,000 yen. So Maybe. I'll see what my next paycheck looks like. I just had to pay to get rid of giant spiders outside of my house, so maybe I shouldn't be buying any more games. Persona 5, SMD Devil Survivor. Ooh, these seem good. Steam sale's over. Is it? Oh, is it already? Oh, but Metaphor is still 40% off. So that's good. I really like... This isn't a JRPG, but I really like Hades, if anyone's played that. I've played a lot of JRPGs. I just can't remember any of them right now because my brain is like literally Swiss cheese. But I play a lot of JRPGs. Still working my way through FF14. I didn't play FF14 because I struggle with MMOs. I get like super addicted to them. Persona, my favorite Persona is Persona 3. I didn't play the remake though, and they did release the remake, so maybe I should play that. I played the old one. Arisa said, I miss gaming. Once you move into a new place, you'll be gaming again. Aww. I didn't know it's already over. That's sad. There were some games that I did want. But alas, I'm playing Disco Elysium now, so. Glitch said, I posted highlights of the scenery. Oh, sick. I will go check that out. Okay, guys. Maybe we should call it a night. Thank you for coming to my stream. I'll stream again soon. We can play some web fishing and some other games. We'll probably play like Peak or something together. I want to find a game that's like cheap that people can play. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching and have a nice evening. Oyasumi.